Welcome to Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas. It's Game 3 of the 3-game series between the Red Sox and the Texas Rangers. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Jerry Remy. Welcome to Red Sox baseball. Very happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. And Jerry, a big win last night for the Red Sox. They bounced back after almost being no-hit in Game 1.
Yeah, you know, such a strange game. You almost get no-hit in the first game of this series. You bounce back last night and score a bunch of runs. And it was really the guys at the bottom and the top of the order that did the work for the Red Sox. And when you look at the top of the order last night, Dustin Pedroia, 2 for 3 with a walk on base 4 times in that ball game. And Shane Victorino, 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs. Victorino was such an important part of this offense for the Boston Red Sox. So it was certainly good to see. David Ortiz also had a home run in the game last night. So for them to bounce back after a very difficult night on Friday, to score some runs on Saturday, bodes well leading into today.
Well, the Red Sox have a late scratch from their lineup here this afternoon. Will Middlebrooks has been scratched last night. Of course, hit in the hand. Was originally supposed to play today, but precautionary reasons keeps him out of the Red Sox lineup this afternoon. We're back with the first pitch from Arlington right after this.
The dealers, Dunkin' Donuts, the New England Audi dealers, and by Toyota's website for deals via Toyota.com. Welcome you back to Arlington for the finale of this 3-game series between the Red Sox and the Texas Rangers. Cloud covered at the moment on this Mother's Day from Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas. And with more, here's Adam Pellerin.
Well, happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there, including my mom, Debbie Pellerin. As you might expect, the Red Sox, most of them not able to spend some time with the special ladies in their lives this Mother's Day, whether it be moms or wives, but it doesn't mean that their moms or wives aren't on their minds, and that includes Johnny Gomes. Here's the Red Sox outfielder talking about Mother's Day in our Geico Quote of the Day.
Yeah, of course, the 2 mothers, I'm biased, to the one that groomed me to the kid, boy, and man I am today. My mom, I call her Mama Gomes, and then, of course, my wife, who's proud mother of 3. Very grateful for all 3 of those kids, and what she does at home to groom those kids to be the little tornadoes they are today.
And you can see a salute to Mother's Day all around the ballpark this afternoon. The players will also be wearing wristbands and ribbons to raise awareness for breast cancer. You can also see some pink batting gloves as well.
All right, Adam, thanks very much. As you see the pink wristbands that a lot of players will have on today, as well as the insignia on the Red Sox uniform and wristbands, for that matter, Major League Baseball here today in this finale of the series. And The Red Sox trying to win this series after dropping the first game, bouncing back very nicely here last night with some offense finally as they're able to get to Martin Perez. And today they will deal with Robbie Ross in the finale of the series. And Jerry, for the Red Sox last night, good to be able to bounce back after what took place in Game 1.
Well, it was, especially after the beginning of a road trip where you almost get no hit on the first game of the trip, and that can set the tone for a whole road trip. But the fact is, the Red Sox were able to bounce back in a big way last night. A good offensive attack by many people in the lineup. Certainly Pedroia, Victorino, Bradley, Middlebrooks. All had good nights last night for the Red Sox offensively. David Ortiz with a home run, and hopefully that continues into today. But Darvish, that performance was pretty special. Last night the Red Sox took care of business.
Well, the Rangers take the field here today, this afternoon, as we check out the visiting Red Sox starting 9. Dustin Pedroia leads it off at second base with Shane Victorino in right field. David Ortiz, the DH, bats third. Mike Napoli at first base in the cleanup spot. Johnny Gomes in left field with A.J. Brzezinski doing the catching. Xander Bogaerts at shortstop with Jackie Bradley Jr. in center field. And Jonathan Herrera getting the late addition to the Red Sox lineup. Middlebrooks coming out today, and Herrera at third base bats ninth. Robbie Ross Jr. on the hill today for the Texas Rangers. His 8th start of the year. 1-3 with 4.74 earned run average, 29 strikeouts to 10 walks. And opponents hitting at .314 against the Texas left-hander. Faced the Red Sox early this season at Fenway Park on April the 9th and ended up with a no decision. He did go 5 in the third, gave up a run. It was unearned and had trouble with walks in that outing, walking 6 and striking out 4.
The Texas defense is 14th out of 15 teams in the American League, 31 errors in 37 games. Adrian Beltre will be at third base, Elvis Andrus to shortstop, Odor at second, and Field to the first baseman. Left to right, Chu, Martin, and Rios, and J.P. Arancibia doing the catching for Robbie Ross Jr.
The umpiring crew, Vic Carapazza has a play today calling the balls and strikes with Adam Hamari at first base, Greg Gibson at second base, and the crew chief, Bill Miller, is at third. This game is available in Spanish. The SAP function is brought to you by the new Captain Morgan White Rum.
Buenas tardes, amigos.
Well, the weather conditions here today in Texas, 82 degrees. A breeze in from right field at 21 miles per hour. Partly cloudy, the forecast for the remainder of the day. Those flags are pinned out there in right center field as the breeze here has been with us really for the entire series in Texas. Boston trying to take 2 out of 3. They'll have tomorrow off, and then it's on to Minnesota to take on the Twins for 3 games on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday before the Red Sox head home. Dustin Pedroia leading it off for the Red Sox, hitting at .284, home run and 11 runs batted in. Dustin 2 for 7 so far in the series. Had a couple of hits last night, going 2 for 3 in the second game of the series. Us ready to go on the first pitch of the ball game. Is in there for strike 1, and we're underway. Let's take a look at our La Quinta League leaders, doubles American League leaders, and Dustin Pedroia with 13, tied with Alex Gordon and Eric Hosmer as he fouls this one back to the screen.
Robbie Ross coming off a couple of bad starts. His last 2 starts against Oakland and Colorado, where he's given up an awful lot of hits in both of those ball games.
24-year-old left-hander, 8th start of the year for him. Pitch in the dirt, 1-2 now. They give up 11 hits to Oakland on the 30th of April. And last time out, 12 hits at Colorado against the Rockies. Background pretty good the last 2 times out. Ended up giving up 10 runs against the Oakland A's. A total of 6 runs against Colorado. Mentioned in his start against Boston, which was a no decision. The trouble with walks in that outing, as he walked 6. Just outside, 2-2.
And it didn't miss by very much. That fifth pitch of the sequence, just missing the outside corner. Looks like he tries to cut fastball out there at 91 miles an hour.
Pedroia lines it towards left center field, and this will get down. A gapper to the track of the wall. Shoot back to play it as Pedroia heads for second base, and he will stop there. Leadoff double for Dustin Pedroia in the top of the first inning.
Well, Pedroia picking up where he left off last night. 14 doubles now on the season for Pedroia. Gets a breaking ball, does a nice job staying back on it and stay back. And the line shot in the gap in left center field. No question about going for two, and the leadoff man in scoring position for the Red Sox here in the first inning.
Dustin at second base for Shane Victorino. Shane at 288, no homers, and 7 runs batted in. Knocks the bunt down the third baseline. Beltre will go to first base, and on to third goes Dustin Pedroia.
Now Victorino does that a lot. If Pedroia starts off with a double and he's hitting second, he a lot of times will try to drop a bunt down that third base line. He's either picking up a base hit. If he doesn't get a base hit out of it, he gets a sacrifice. This will go as a sacrifice for Shane Victorino. Beltre has to make the play. Nobody at third base.
Going to intentionally walk David Ortiz in his first at bat today in the first inning.
Wow.
That's some respect from Ron Washington.
Yep. Taking their chances with Mike Napoli.
And setting up a possible double play along the way. David down to first base with the intentional walk. And the Red Sox have runners at first and third with one down. Napoli, 275, 5 homers and 20 runs batted in. Napoli 0 for 6 in the series against Texas, but he has got on base. There's 3 walks in the series against the Rangers. A 30-game streak in which he has reached base. As he takes strike one. Started on April the 4th. It's the second longest run in the majors this year overall. This is to right field. Rios moving back, and it's going to be over his head. And a one off the wall from third base comes Pedroia. Ortiz goes to third. It's a double for Napoli. The Red Sox take a 1-0 lead.
Well, Ron Washington, that didn't work out for you. You walk Ortiz, you get to Napoli. Napoli goes to the opposite field. And not a real good jump on this ball by Alex Rios out in right field. The ball hit very well by Napoli, but Rios cannot get to it. Run comes in, and runners at second and third. Very quick start here for the Red Sox. They'd love to get these other 2 in and get a 3 spot on the board, at least in the first inning.
And Johnny Gomes back-to-back starts for the Red Sox, back in there again today. Just toting to 224 average. 3 homers and 15 runs batted in. His 23rd game of the year in left field, his 17th start out there. A possible 37 games on the year. Two 2-0. Struggling again to throw strikes. Had made his second career start at Fenway Park earlier this year. And the Red Sox won 4-2. Fouls it off, and it's 2-1. Well, baseball is back in season, so gather 20 or more of your friends, family, and coworkers for a group outing at Fenway. And to secure exclusive access to seats, call 877 Red Sox 9 or visit redsox.com/groups for more information. Ortiz at third, Napoli at second. And Gomes goes around. Put the home plate umpire Victor Baza didn't even check.
Take a look from the side, and I'm not so sure about that.
Fouled by the on deck circle, and it hangs at 2-2. Jay Brzezinski talking it up there on deck. Little pop up on the right side coming from first. His fielder now gives way to Odor. Makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Able to give Johnny Gomes 2 down. AJ Brzezinski, 278, 3 homers and 16 runs batted in. AJ 0 for 3 in the series, and last night off as David Ross did the catching. John Lester. Brzezinski started the first game of the series, had to go up against Yu Darvish. He was 0 for 3 in that game, but he was not alone in that category. Takes strike one.
Starts him off with a fastball to quickly get ahead of Brzezinski. You know, a lot of times Brzezinski will jump on that first pitch fastball. That time he did not.
He's had trouble with lefties this year, hitting at 136 against left-handed pitching. Hitting at 320 against right-handers. He is just 3 for 22 against lefties. The season series so far against his old team. Of course, remember the Rangers all last year. Brzezinski fouls it off, and he's down 1-2.
Shanding Brzezinski to the opposite field in the outfield, pretty much straight up in the infield.
Looking around here at Globe Life Park in Arlington. Brzezinski, defensive swing, protecting the plate, fouls it back to the screen.
A pretty nasty pitch right there. One you've got to think about swinging at because it's too close to take with 2 strikes. Brzezinski fortunate enough to foul it off.
David Ortiz at third, Mike Napoli at second, 2 down here in the first inning. And Brzezinski to right field for a base hit. From third base comes David Ortiz, Mike Napoli behind him. It's a 2-run single for AJ Brzezinski and a 3-0 Boston lead.
Well, they make a mistake. They come inside with a breaking ball to Brzezinski. That's exactly where he wants it. He's having difficulty with pitches away. That breaking ball stays out over the plate, and Brzezinski with the line drive to right field for the base hit to drive in 2. 18 RBIs now in the season for Brzezinski, and the Red Sox do have that 3 spot on the board.
Brzezinski at first with 2 down, and Xander Bogaerts takes strike 1. Red Sox got off to a good start last night. Same thing here today. Taking advantage of Rangers starters, with the exception, of course, of Yu Darvish in the first game, but been on Martin Perez pretty good yesterday. Bogaerts doesn't like it. He's quickly down 0-2.
That fastball that picks up the inside corner this time against Xander Bogaerts. Has him jumping away, but the ball did have the corner.
Bogart's leading the way against lefties at .333. He's 12 for 36 on the year, and his home run against a lefty as he strikes out to end the inning. But the Red Sox scored 3 times in the top of the first. Start for the Red Sox today as they take a 3-0 lead in the top half of the first inning. And today's Red Sox starting pitcher presented by New England Audi dealers. Experience the all-new 2015 Audi A3 today. John Lackey on the mound for Boston, 8th start of the year, 4-2. A 3.72 earned run average, 43 Ks to 11 walks. And opponents hitting at .260 against the Texas native. Lackey deals with strike one. Shin-Soo Choo, leadoff hitter for the Rangers. Some tough numbers for Lackey against the Texas Rangers. 13 and 15 overall in his career. 5.81 earned run average. Hit at .290 against him. He's had a lot of chances to face him in the American League West when he was a member of the Angels.
I was going to say, he faced a lot of different Texas Ranger ball clubs all those years with the Angels, playing them so many times.
He started 19 games here at Rangers Ballpark. This is actually the 20th of his career. He falls behind 3-1. Tied with Felix Hernandez for the most all time as a visitor here. Strike on the outside corner. Choo was on his way to first base.
And you can't blame Choo for making his way down to first base. The ball looked like it might have been outside, but pulled to the corner by Brzezinski, and the Red Sox get the strike call.
Now Choo strikes out. Not happy at all as he takes with him the first K of the day for John Lackey. Let's check out the rest of the Texas Rangers starting nine. Beside Shin-Soo Choo, the left fielder. Elvis Andrus at shortstop bats second. Adrian Beltre at third. Prince Fielder at first base. Alex Rios in right field with Mitch Moreland, the DH, batting sixth. J.P. Arancibia doing the catching seventh with Leonis Martin in center. And it's Rudnid Odor at second base. His second start in the big leagues today. Son get his first major league hit on Friday night in this series. Elvis Andrus has had a very good series against Boston. As he takes strike one. Multiple hits in each of his last two games. 4 hits in the first game of the series, 2 last night. Not enjoyed much success against John Lackey. It's part of our key matchup brought to you by Honda. Start something special with a great deal on a Honda. He's just 6 for 31 in his career, 5 Ks and 194 average against John Lackey. Sprayed foul off to the right, out of play. He's at 217. He's 11 for his last 26, sitting at 423 to get that average up to 255, which is the highest it's been this season. This one is right back where it came from and into center field. Elvis Andrus is locked in right now. He's had a great series, got a base hit here in his first at bat of the day.
Let's take a look at the Red Sox defense, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. 10th in the league with 25 errors on the season. Jonathan Herrera at third base, Xander Bogaerts the shortstop, Dustin Pedroia at second, Mike Napoli the first baseman, left to right, Gomes, Bradley Jr., Victorino, and A.J. Brzezinski doing the catching for John Lackey.
One out, one on. Adrian Beltre, the batter. On it goes as Beltre fouls it off down the right field line.
It didn't take very long. Elvis Andrus, 11 steals on the season, caught twice, and he takes off on the very first pitch from John Lackey and had a great jump. Beltre did not take a pitch for him, fouls it off. This is a straight out steal right there by Elvis Andrus.
Beltre taking a pitch outside, 1-1. He was 0 for 3 in the game last night. He was 3 for his last 21. That average dropped from 269 to the 244 that it's currently at. Keep Andrus close to first base as Lackey checks on him. Tied for the top spot in the American League in stolen bases. 80 stolen bases, leads the AL. Hot 12 times so far in the year. We're holding on Andrus at first base. This is headed to short, could be 2. The second for 1, on to first, it is 2. So Beltre grounds into the 6-4-3 DP. Back to check out the Scion Bowl after this. 3-0. Red Sox have the lead over the Texas Rangers as we head to the top of the second inning. And Jackie Bradley Jr. leads it off. Herrera and Pedroia scheduled to bat here in the second. Jackie at 217 coming into today's game. Well, tomorrow night the Brewers continue their quest for the cup back at Montreal for Game 6. NESN is still your official home for a 1-hour pre- and post-game coverage with unlimited highlights, interviews, and analysis. Bruins face off live tomorrow night at 6:30. He fouls off another. Brewers in 7 games against the Texas Rangers. Jackie Bradley Jr. at .348. To right center field, and this could be a gapper as it gets down, and it will be to the track of the wall. Back to play it is Martin, but into second base goes Jackie Bradley Jr. with a leadoff double to begin the second inning. Send it down to Adam.
Well, Don, today's poll presented by the new Scion TC asks, what's your favorite thing to do for your mom on Mother's Day? Socks 1, brunch or dinner. Socks 2, chocolate. Socks 3, flowers. Socks 4, jewelry. Text your answer to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply. Text help for info and visit NESN.com/terms. For terms and condition and privacy policy, my mom probably wishes there was a Socks 5 that says all of the above.
It's probably true. I went with the gift basket this year, Jerry. I don't know if...
Did you really?
Yeah, gift basket's good because obviously we're always working on Mother's Day. So
Yeah, I made a phone call.
That was very nice of you.
Call this morning.
I did as well. They changed to the Red Sox lineup as Will Middlebrooks out of the lineup today. Red Sox saying it is precautionary as the bunt hit here by Herrera is laid down and also go to first base. Every time the Red Sox have been bunting after getting the lead runner on in 2 innings.
Now, John Farrell himself says, you know, that depending on obviously the talent you have on the ball club, that makes decisions on how you manage a game. And with Herrera in there today hitting out of the 9th spot, a very good hitter, they go to the sacrifice very early in the ball game to get that man Jackie Bradley to third base. Jackie Bradley's had a nice couple of games here for the Red Sox, and that's encouraging for somebody at the bottom of the lineup.
Mike Maddox, the pitching coach out there, saw a lot of Mike Maddox last night, and he's out there here in the second inning today against Red Sox, and Robbie Ross, his starter today. There's Will Middlebrooks, and of course he got hit last night on the hand. Stayed in the game and continued, but sore today, and was in the original starting lineup right up until before game time, and they made the switch. Last night in his second to last bat, went right in on him and ends up getting him on the backhand. Of course, he had the fracture in Cleveland year before last in a similar looking type play.
The right hand for Middlebrooks, so it makes it difficult not only to swing the bat but to throw the baseball.
Infield in all the way around as Pedroia takes another ball. 3-0. Only at third base, one down here in the second inning. Swinging 3-0 when he fouls it back to the screen. Started this game at the top of the first inning with a double. Score on the Mike Napoli double. Full count now.
Infield already in for the Texas Rangers, down by 3 runs early in the ball game.
Ross, only 24 years old, from Lexington, Kentucky, was a second-round pick of the Texas Rangers. Now his 3rd season with Texas. out of the bullpen both in 2012 and 2013. 58 appearances and was 6-0 his first year. And last year 4-2 with a 3.03 and 65. The walk for Pedroia as he heads down to first base. That's the second walk given up by Ross. Well, right now, Ace Ticket has your Boston Bruins playoff tickets to all home games against the Canadiens this series. Visit aceticket.com or call 1-800-MY-SEATS right now to get your tickets to watch the Bruins take on the Canadiens. First and third with one out. Another meeting at the mound as they prepare to deal with Shane Victorino. Shane with a sacrifice bunt in the first inning. One of two so far for the Red Sox in 2 innings. Bradley at third base, Pedroia at first base with one out here in the second inning. Victorino gets jammed and pops it up foul. That'll reach the seats and out of play. And had a big night last night, going 3 for 4 with 4 runs batted in. Within a season high 4 runs last night. Washington does not want to get back into that bullpen early. Had to get in there pretty early last night. Patch together the rest of the game as Martin Perez came out early and does not want the same thing today. But Bobby Ross gives up 3 runs in the first, and the Red Sox are now threatening here in the second.
Now for these Rangers, Don, you know, the offense has been pretty good, but the pitching has not been good for them, with the exception of Davis so far this season.
As a staff, a 4.55 earned run average. That is 12th in the league. There's a fly ball foul down the left field line, out of play. Houston at the bottom of the league with a 4.90 ERA. The Red Sox, as a pitching staff, are 5th, 3.72. Pitching's not been good, and the defense has not been good for the Rangers. Bad combination. Houston made 31 errors. Only the Cleveland Indians have made more. As they check on Pedroia at first base. Ross working deliberately with men on here in the second inning.
Not a very big lead over at first base for Pedroia. Just a couple of steps off the bag, but 2 attempts to try to pick him off.
Victorino grounds it foul. Do it again. 2-2. Well, H.B. Hood salutes the Red Sox Scholars, presented by Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. The Red Sox Foundation awards college scholarships to academically talented, financially challenged Boston middle schoolers. And the first class is graduating from college this year. We thank donors such as H.B. Hood for funding these dreams of college. On the ground, left side, softly hit. Beltre will go to second base from 1, and that's all they'll get. Run scores. Bradley comes in the back door from third, and the Red Sox jump out to the 4-0 lead. Victorino, who drove in 4 last night, as an RBI here.
And that's really the only play Beltre had, because he was going to his left, so he could not go home with the ball. They tried to turn the double play over, but not even close, with Victorino getting down that line. So Victorino piling up the RBIs over the last couple of games.
He had 3 coming into the game last night. He now has 8 on the year. His lead with 2 outs here in the second inning. David Ortiz was intentionally walked in the first inning. Shifting are the Rangers on the right side as they send Odor to short right field. Ortiz jumping on that first pitch. David 22 to right, 7 to center.
Ross has thrown about as many throws to first base as he has pitches to home plate.
It's like he doesn't want to throw to the plate.
Exactly.
So far, bad things have happened whenever he has. As this is going to be popped up with his shallow left. And it is caught on the backhand by Beltran. Foul ground. Wow, nice play. That ends the top of the second inning. Today's Cold Hard Facts are brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. John Lackey in the last 3 starts, 2-0 with a nifty 2.05 earned run average. Prior to that had been 0-2, 9.82 ERA. The Red Sox had a run to their total for Lackey. It's 4-0 Boston on top. Prince Fielder leading it off here for the Rangers, and he'll take a strike. Fielder, Rios, and Moreland scheduled to bat. 4, 5, and 6 for Texas here in the inning. Slow start for Fielder in his new uniform. They're 0 for 3 in last night's game, and so far 2 for 13 on his current homestand for Texas. He has raised the average. He went from 164 now up to 226 in the last 21 games. Numbers against Boston in 28 games in his career, 302. 7 homers and 23 runs batted in. Back towards Lackey. He's able to field it at the base of the hill, and soft toss to first for the first out of the inning. Well, hey, Red Sox Nation, get a free medium beverage when you enroll in the Dunkin' Donuts Rewards program, DD Perks. And just pay with your registered DD card or the DD mobile app to earn points towards free beverages. It's Dunkin's way of rewarding their loyal fans. Enroll today at ddperks.com. The Red Sox run on Dunkin'. One out in the second inning for Alex Rios. Rios at .310, 2 homers and 20 runs batted in. Fouls it off down the right field line, out of play. This right-hander is hitting at .258, only 1 hit in his last 15 at bats against right-handed pitching. Rios 1 for 4 in the ball game last night, had an RBI triple. Now started 37 games in right field for Texas so far. Last night he was the DH. In there for strike 3. Rios knew it. Takes with him the second strikeout for John Lackey today. 2 down.
It's almost like Rios was looking for another breaking ball from Lackey. Instead, he straightens him up with the fastball and just completely fools Rios. 2 strikeouts for Lackey so far in this game against the Rangers. Strikeout high in the season is 11. He did that against the Yankees 3 starts ago.
2 down for Mitch Moreland, designated hitter. Moreland pinch hit in last night's game and puts a .304 average, home run and 12 runs batted in. Seeing his average on the climb lately. Those 13 games going from .240 up to .304. Look at the last 6 games for Mitch Moreland. Fouls it off to the left, and the count evens at 1-1. Just 8 home games for Texas. They've only gone 2-6. It's after starting the season 9-3 here in Arlington. The Sox have led in the season series 3 games to 2 coming into today's finale of the series. Still, the Rangers have won 8 of the last 13 games against Boston. Well, the bats now. The inning continues. J.P. Arencibia waiting on deck for Texas. Brzezinski tried to bring it back to the corner, but it's ball 2.
And Lackey bending his back, thinking maybe he had the outside corner with that curveball. Still taking a long look in at the location of that last pitch.
Sox after the game today heading to Minnesota, while these Rangers are going to Houston. A brief 3-game road trip before they come back here to Globe Life Park. 2-2 is a swing and a miss. Lackey gets his 3rd strikeout. 4-0 Boston through 2. Napoli, Gomes, and Brzezinski coming up. 4-0. Red Sox have the lead over the Texas Rangers. We head to the top half of the third inning. Bobby Ross back on the mound. Mike Napoli, Johnny Gomes, and A.J. Brzezinski to bat here in the third inning. Napoli with an RBI double, his first at bat in the first inning. He was able to drive in Dustin Pedroia and get the scoring started for the Red Sox in the first. Napoli taking ball 3-0.
Napoli probably has the green light. 3 balls, no strikes.
There for a strike. This is the first time this year the Red Sox have scored in the first inning and the second inning in a game. Chop foul, full count. If you have a young Red Sox fan at home and you'll want to log on to visit NESSONClubhouse.com, our new site designed for the younger fans who like the NESSON Clubhouse show, want to learn more about jobs at Fenway, fitness, baseball skills from the pros, and fun facts about Fenway Park, plus trivia games and word searches. It's a third and picked on the half hop by Beltre. He slings it across. Round number 1 of the third inning.
Left fielder Johnny Gomes.
Out of the third inning for Johnny Gomes, who popped out to second base in the first inning. He's trying to find his bearings here in the third inning after giving up 3 in the first and a run in the second inning. Into center field and a base hit for Johnny Gomes. Let's take a look at Tuesday's starting pitchers. The Sox have Monday off. Then it's on to Minnesota. Felix Devron at 7 starts, 1-3 with a 5.09 earned run average. Ricky Nolasco goes for the Twins, 2-3, 5.64 ERA. This closer look is brought to you by FW Web. For an even closer look, visit FWWeb.com. Run still trying to find his stride this season. We're looking for his second win of the year as A.J. Brzezinski grounds it foul and out of play. Brzezinski knocked in 2 runs with his single to right field in the first inning. Both David Ortiz and Mike Napoli in the first, all part of a 3-run top of the first inning for Boston. Something in his eye is that dirt around home plate blowing around pretty good. In the air to shallow left. You got a bad read, but comes on now and cannot catch it, or did he? He did. Thought he trapped it initially, but he makes the catch out there and left. He started back and then came in. The second out of the inning.
Had to reach way over to the side, too, to make this catch as he charges in after a very slow start, as Don mentioned. But the glove on that right hand, left-handed thrower is able to enable him to make that catch a little bit easier.
So 2 down in the inning. Johnny Gomes still at first base. Xander Bogaerts takes strike 1. Bogaerts struck out in the first inning. He struck out today for Robbie Ross. Bogarts to center field. Leonis Martin is back there, and he'll make the catch and ends the inning. 4-0 Red Sox. We'll have a special trip to the ballpark here for that. Four to nothing. Red Sox have the lead over the Rangers. We get to the bottom of the third inning. And JP Arancibia leading it off here for the Rangers. Bottom third of their order. Arancibia, Leonis Martin, and Rougned Odor scheduled to bat in the inning.
Arancibia 1 for 11 against Lackey in his career. That one hit, a home run. He has really struggled so far this season.
He's a former Toronto Blue Jay here with the Rangers. But don't miss out on the 2013 World Series champion commemorative ring night at Fenway Park on Tuesday, May 20th. Every fan in attendance will receive a commemorative ring modeled after the players' 2013 World Series champion rings. Go to redsox.com/tickets to get your tickets for this special occasion. Arancibia real troubles against right-handed pitching. 2 for 37. And a strike 3. That was a fourth strikeout for John Lackey as we sent it down to Adam Pellerin.
Red Sox running game was a huge part of their offensive attack on their way to a World Series title. The Sox stealing bases at an 87% success rate in 2013. However, it's been a much different story in 2014. Sox only 11-22 so far this season, which leaves them in the middle of the pack. John Farrell says personnel changes, namely Jacoby Ellsbury's departure, are a reason for that. He says the straight steal, something they've considered moving away from because they've been giving away outs on the bases. However, Farrell says his team will continue to be aggressive and take the extra base when available. Jackie Bradley Jr., by the way, leads the Sox with 3 stolen bases, which is tied for 64th in the league.
And the loss of Jacoby Ellsbury has really added to this quite a bit.
Well, you just can't play the same game without, with a guy like Ellsbury at the top of the lineup stealing, 50-some bases a year. I mean, it's totally different than what they have to deal with right now.
You go with the roster you have, and that's the way you play. Martin grounds it off himself down to first base.
One thing the Red Sox did last year, and they were very successful at, is they would take advantage of pitches with slow moves. Even guys that didn't have great speed were able to steal bases. And that's something that has been lacking a little bit this season. You don't have to have that great speed, but they caught a lot of people by surprise last year by taking advantage of pitchers who had slow deliveries to home plate.
One out here in the third inning. Milwaukee has jumped ahead of Martin 0-2. This one fouled back towards the screen. Still 1-2. Sox jumping out early today. 3 runs in the first, a run in the second. So far so good for John Lackey. On the ground, foul. We'll do it again. 1-2.
Nice backhanded play by that fan with the glove in the first row.
Has enjoyed his time here at Globe Life Park. At 379 so far to lead his club. Jumps back out of the way of a pitch down and in. Lackey with 4 strikeouts so far today. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and 1 to open up the third inning. Season high in strikeouts is 11. Did that against the Yankees. Full count now. Tenth pitch of the at bat coming up for Leonis Martin. Center field. Jackie Bradley Jr. tracks it as he heads back and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Well, our view today, Jerry, is of the limo drive we had on the way over here to the ballpark today. And David Ortiz joined us, your friend Bob Levine. And Adam Heller's back there, so is back here. This was, I'm not driving. Very difficult to drive in. Take video at the same time.
No, you were in that first passenger seat taking video on the way in. And yeah, I tell you, one of the highlights of coming into this ballpark is going by that new football stadium.
Yes, well, it's enormous.
It's gigantic. Where the Dallas Cowboys play. What is it, AT&T Stadium?
Yes. Swing and a miss here for Rougned Odor. Bats for the first time today. Jonathan Herrera also joined us, who's back there with David. Usually I'm a little bit more steady with my videoing than I was today.
Yeah, you were a little shaky today. A little shaky today.
There's the stadium you're talking about where the Cowboys play right across the pond. 47,000 here last night. Not as big a crowd here today. One hopper to second. Pedroia fires to first for the out. Nicely done to end the third. 2-3, 4-0 Red Sox. Sign up for Eastern Free Checking and receive a free house cleaning courtesy of MaidPro. Free checking and a dust-free home. Another neat idea from Eastern Bank. We're here, you're first. Details at easternbank.com/clean. Jackie Bradley Jr. leading it off here in the 4th inning for the Red Sox. Contributed with a double and scored a run back in the 2nd inning. The Sox have had a lead runner on in 2 of the first 3 innings, and this one knocked down by Odor. Gets up and throws from his knees. Nicely done to get Jackie Bradley Jr. at first base.
Very nice play by Odor, the young second baseman coming out of Double-A baseball. Will be making his 3rd appearance for the Texas Rangers. Knocks it down, knocks the line drive down, and is fortunate that it rolls right around where his hand is. He's able to pick it up and from his knees throw out Bradley at first base. Nice defensive play by Odor.
Herrera, who had a sacrifice bunt his first time up, chops one foul. Nice foul off to the right out of play. Lost 70 pitches here with 1 down in the 4th inning. They swing and a foul tip in a piece. Now 1-2. Ross gave up 3 in the first, 1 in the second, got through the 3rd without giving him a run. Did allow a hit. Now into the 4th inning. So far there's been no action in the Rangers pen. On the ground, back to Ross, able to pick it nicely and throws out Herrera, 2 down. Well, coming in June, a brand new show on NESN Live, your pregame to the pregame show Monday through Friday. Join Elle Duncan and Sarah Davis. Look out June for NESN Live. 2 down in the 4th inning, 4 in a row retired now by Ross. And 7 of the last 8 as Dustin Pedroia stands in. Let's pop up back a first down the right field line. Alex Rios coming in. Will make the catch. It ends the inning. Ross has a 1-2-3-4. Red Sox have a 4-0 lead. Eastern Bank knows small business keeps our economy and community strong. That's why they've been named the #1 SBA lender in Massachusetts 5 years in a row. Eastern Bank, here, you're first. 4-0. Red Sox have the lead over the Rangers. We head to the last half of the 4th inning. Shin-Soo Choo, Elvis Andrus, and Adrian Beltre to bat. He is allowed just 1 base hit and was quickly erased after Andrus got the base hit in the 1st inning. Adrian Beltre grounded into a double play. Fly ball struck out to deep left center field. Back goes Gomes looking up, and that ball is gone. Shin-Soo Choo with his 4th home run of the year gets the Rangers on the board with a solo shot.
And warm afternoons in this ballpark, the ball really travels, and especially with a breezy afternoon like today. Choo going to the opposite field a long way. That little cut fastball from John Lackey, the inside-out swinger, takes it out into the Red Sox bullpen.
Elvis Andrus has got the other hit for the Rangers as he takes strike 1. Quickly 0-2. It's now 50 pitches for John Lackey. That is the 6th home run that he has allowed this season. Bruce will pop it up into shallow right center. Victorino taking charge and making the catch for the first out of the 4th inning. Well, Red Sox fans, Big Papi is giving you the chance to be just like him. Enter the Red Sox Foundation's World Series ring raffle by visiting redsox.com/ring raffle for a chance to win the 2004, 2007, and 2013 authentic World Series rings. Use promo code BLING, and you also have the chance to win a David Ortiz bobblehead. The bobblehead contest ends on May the 17th. First pitch strike to Adrian Beltre.
Hockey's fastball with good velocity this afternoon, 92, 93 miles an hour. Last one at 92, fouled back by Adrian Beltre. That big swing.
Beltre grounding into the 6-4-3 double play in the 1st inning. Lackey taking too much time. Beltre stepping out not once but twice. On the ground up the middle, ranging is Bogarts. His throw is going to be in time to get Beltre. Took a while to get out there to him. Beltre getting down the line as quickly as he can, but he's retired for the 2nd out of the inning.
That's a good read by Xander Bogaerts at shortstop. You know, he didn't have to rush because Beltre does not run all that well. So instead of charging this ball hard and maybe having it bounce off his glove, he waits back on it. Normally waiting back's not a real good thing, but when you have a guy that doesn't run that well, it works out fine, and it did that time for Xander Bogaerts.
2 down for Prince Fielder. It's grounded back to John Lackey in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1. Back up the middle, and this time into center field. Lackey couldn't pick this. And fielders aboard with 2 down. Third Rangers hit of the day.
Now, fielders always had good success against Lackey. 333 coming into the game. 1 for 2 today. He takes the ground ball back up the middle for the base hit with 2 outs.
Two down, fielder at first. Alex Rios, the batter, struck out looking in the second inning.
The Red Sox using multiple signs with not a man on second base, which we've seen them do a couple of times this season. Thinking possibly maybe somewhere along the line they're being picked up at some point. It's funny how some places get the reputation for that.
Toronto being first and foremost.
Yeah.
Right? And Brzezinski going back and forth here this inning. 2 down, fielder at first. Rios ahead of the count, 2-0. And opposite field hitting to right center field, a base hit. Fielder heading for third base. Jackie Bradley Jr. fires it back in, and it is first and third with 2 down here for the Rangers.
Well, certainly the best inning that the Rangers have had off John Lackey this afternoon. Good inside out swing there by Rios, taking that line drive to Bradley's left. Good hustle to get over there, cut that ball off, and get it back in quickly. Rios now with a 4-game hitting streak with that base hit.
Tying run at the plate here in Mitch Moreland, who struck out swinging in the second inning. He's up with Prince Fielder at third base, Alex Rios at first base, 2 down in the inning. And strike 1 to Moreland, ends up being right down the middle. 6 his last 9 with runners in scoring position, and overall 381. This fielder at third, Rios crossed the diamond at first. Runner goes at first as Moreland with a swing and a miss. Throw down is going to be not in time. Close. But a stolen base for Alex Rios, as now the Rangers have 2 in scoring position.
Now a little bit of a gamble taken there. Rios does have 5 steals, but he's also been caught 4 times. And Brzezinski's been throwing the ball very well. He's thrown out 41% of the running. That time Rios does pick it up fairly easily and picks up number 6. So 2 men in scoring position as they try to apply pressure here in the 4th inning.
As we take a look at our Chevy key player, A.J. Brzezinski. He got 7 of 17 attempted base stealers, 41.2% coming into today. That is second in the majors. And Yadier Molina, the St. Louis Cardinals. Second and third, 2 down. Mitch Moreland. Good swing at that last pitch, so he is down 0-2 in the count. Fouls it back, still 0-2. Started with Shin-Soo Choo homering for the Texas Rangers to get him on the board. Lackey would get Elvis Andrus to fly to right. Adrian Beltre to ground to short. And he gives up singles to Prince Fielder and Alex Rios, who are now second and third with 2 outs. Moreland with a swing and a miss, gets away from Brzezinski briefly, so he's got to throw to first for the out that ends the inning. That's the 5th strikeout for Lackey. Victorino will lead it off when we come back. TNT fan photo of the game. Tweet your photo to hashtag #NESSANFanPhoto for a chance to be shown in our broadcast. Brought to you by AT&T. Today's photo is from Nipper, who says, "We drove all the way from Nebraska for this game. It's wicked hot, but it's worth it." Four to 1. Red Sox have the lead over the Rangers. Texas getting a run back in the 4th. Warm afternoon here in Texas. Last game of the series. And Shane Victorino takes strike 1. Shane's 3rd plate appearance. A sac bunt in the 1st inning. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the 2nd. Now sharply hit down to 3rd, but picked by Beltre. The throw to first. He is dropped at first base by Fielder. And safe at first is Victorino. Prince could not hold on to the baseball.
Now we mentioned the Texas Rangers have not been playing good defense, and here's a good example. A nice play by Beltre, but then the throw to first base just dropped right out of the glove of Prince Fielder. And that ball didn't bounce, did it? No, I didn't think so.
I don't think so. Pitch outside here to David Ortiz, who was walked intentionally in the 1st inning. Came around to score the Red Sox 2nd run. He fouled out to Beltre at 3rd in the 2nd inning. Swing and a miss. The air charge to Prince Fielder that allows Victorino to get on. As Ortiz takes a pitch outside and is ahead 2-1. Fouled off to the left hand, out of play. Well, today's twisted but true fact of the game is Martin Perez is the 300th pitcher David Ortiz is homered against in his career, and the 100th lefty. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea is the refreshing hard iced tea. It tastes like real iced tea. Be a little twisted. Now David hits one on the ground. The shift on as Beltre shovels it to second. On to first. Double play. The error turns out not to be costly as they are able to turn the double play here in the Rangers infield. 2 down.
It wasn't pretty. You had your third baseman shuffling the ball to your shortstop to turn over a double play, but they got the job done. As Beltre with the underhand flip and running across the bag was Elvis Andrus to be able to complete the double play. That'll bring smiles from anybody.
Two down here in the 5th, and Mike Napoli, the batter. As he takes strike one. With an RBI double in the first inning, grounded out to third base in the 3rd, 1 for 2. For ball 3, 3-1. 2 walks so far allowed by Robbie Ross. One was of the intentional variety. There's 1 strikeout so far today. Foul it out of play. Full count. Johnny Gomes waiting on deck. Red Sox batting here in the top half of the 5th inning. A 4-1 advantage here at the moment. In there for strike 3. Napoli didn't think so, but he's rung up to end the top of the 5th inning. We'll get you the list from Arlington when we come back.
Look, the limo wasn't out there. They looked last time the limo wasn't out
there. 4-1. Red Sox have the lead over the Texas Rangers as the Rangers come to bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bottom 3rd of their order. As JP Arencibia swing and a miss for strike one. Arencibia striking out is only at bat today. It was back in the third inning. One of 5 strikeouts today for John Lackey. On Tuesday at 6:30, catch a special edition of the Red Sox Report. Journey through the life and career of a native New Englander who became the greatest catcher in Red Sox history, Carlton Fisk. All that and more on the Red Sox Report this Tuesday at 6:30. And Sebia pops it up. Foul ground, no play. As Brzezinski gives chase, so does Napoli. Two pitch fouled off again. He keeps going away against Arencibia. He's chased a few, fouled him off.
Yeah, a couple of breaking balls that Arencibia has chased. Let's see if Lackey comes back with the fastball. Got him on a fastball to strike out back in the third inning.
Jay wanted it elevated, it was, but not chasing that time was Arencibia. '70th pitch for Lackey, strikes out Arencibia. It's 6 strikeouts for Lackey, and second time Arencibia is down by way of the K.
Back inside with the fastball this time for Lackey. Second time he has struck Arencibia out on the fastball. Starts him off with breaking balls away, finishes him off with fastballs in.
Mika Insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, or life insurance. One out in the 5th inning for Leonis Martin. Team flied out to center field in the 3rd inning, 0 for 1. To right, and Victorino almost in his tracks out there as he makes the catch for out number 2. Well, the list today on this Mother's Day. If you have a comment about tonight's list, tweet us at #SMList. Brady, Peggy Bundy, Claire Huxtable, or Marge Simpson.
Carol Brady. Brady Bunch?
The Brady.
Huh?
Oh, wait a minute.
Not the Brady
Not the Brady Bunch.
No.
She wasn't Carol, was she?
Peggy Bundy was pretty
It is the Brady Bunch. Carol Brady was the Brady Bunch.
Was Carol Brady?
Yeah. On the ground right side. Pedroia's there. He gobbles it up and fires to first for the out. Odor is retired. The Rangers down in order. It's 4-1 Boston. Casino and proud partner of the Boston Red Sox. They play into the 6th inning back here at Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas. 4-1, Boston on top. Gomes, Brzezinski, and Bogaerts to bat here against Robbie Ross. Gomes fights this off down the right field line, falling foul just outside the line.
Not by very much, but 3 or 4 inches foul. Carol Brady was the mother of
Yes,
in the
Brady Bunch. Yeah, didn't sound right to me either.
No, Carol didn't sound right. Remember a show called Father Knows Best? That's going to be way before your time.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Oh, what a perfect family.
Do you remember the mother in that?
I don't recall her name, but those were the days where Mom did everything. Gave paper to Dad when he came home. Gave him slippers, all that stuff. Stuff doesn't fly anymore. Yeah, June Cleaver, Leave It to Beaver. There's another good one.
I missed that too.
You never saw Leave It to Beaver?
No.
Really?
Yeah. When was that? I mean, I've heard about it, but I never saw it. 3-2 pitch on the ground to short as Andrus fires high, but in time to get Gomes first out of the 6th inning. Robbie Ross has certainly calmed down here after a rocky start. 3 in the first, 1 in the second, and he's been very good since, only giving up 1 hit since then. AJ Brzezinski batting with 1 out in the inning. Brzezinski singled in the first, flied out to left in the 3rd inning. Up and away, Brzezinski not chasing. 2-2. Margaret Anderson was the mother on Father's Knows Best. Check this out. It's the left field. Chu is going to get there. Wynn played with it, but he made the catch for the 2nd out of the 6th inning.
I meant to ask you, do you have good car insurance?
Yes, I think so. I feel pretty good about my car insurance. Why is that?
Well, because I think you need it. You've kind of taken over the driving over the last couple of years because you've started to complain about my driving.
Yes.
And it was quite an experience getting back to the hotel last night.
Were you nervous at times last night?
At times. At times.
What was the problem?
A couple of red lights.
Oh, there were a few, yes. More than 1, right? 2?
Yeah, 3, I think.
Down to 3rd, and Beltre throws out Bogaerts at first base. 5.5 done, 4-1 Boston. John Lackey's pitching line is brought to you by Ace Tickets. 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. He hasn't walked anybody and struck out 6 so far. This will be his 75th pitch of his outing as he starts this bottom of the 6th inning. And a swing and a miss for Shin-Soo Choo. A blemish on the day for John Lackey. The home run by Shin-Soo Choo in the 4th inning. His 4th of the year. Sprays it foul off to the left, out of play. Well, fans, you can test your Red Sox IQ right now with MLB Preplay mobile app. Download for free and start predicting every at bat of every Red Sox game all year. Today, Preplay predicts that Clayton Kershaw will go 7 2/3 innings, 200 runs, 5 hits, a walk, and 9 Ks.
I don't understand this Preplay.
You're not confused.
I thought it was supposed to be for the Red Sox.
You could do it for the Red Sox, but today's prediction is about a Dodger.
How does that fit in?
I don't really know. Well, you can play for anybody, any team, any game you watch across the majors. So.
Well, you can play for anybody.
Yeah, anybody.
I still don't get it. I thought you had to play like Red Sox players. And
Right.
we've had all pitches on there the whole time.
Right. You're asking the wrong guy. I just read the card.
I know. And you read them all very well.
Thank you.
All 97 of them every game you have.
98 today. Elvis Andrus fouls it back to the screen. Andrus singled in the 1st inning, flied out to right in the 4th inning. The funny part is about last night's driving, you weren't even in there for the best part of it. You weren't even in the car yet.
No, I was waiting outside for you to make your way out of a very crowded parking lot.
We had a choice. Either we stayed in the lane we were in, or we could jump ahead of a lot of cars if we went over several cones. And we chose the latter.
To go over several cones, yes.
This is in the air to right towards the corner. Victorino over there into the corner, and he makes the catch. That's his 2nd out here in the 6th inning. We'll check back in with Adam.
Well, Don, we've seen some pretty impressive plays in the outfield over the last couple of weeks, in particular from the center and right field positions occupied by Jackie Bradley Jr. and Shane Victorino. Bradley did have a couple of baseballs go over his head last night, which is a product of playing a shallow outfield, but Farrell says his roots and reads are as good as there are in the bigs. As for Victorino, Farrell referenced a play that probably went unnoticed in the 8th inning where Victorino cut off a ball that held Elvis Andrus to a single. That was a big play because the next batter grounded into a double play. So the outfield defense, one of the strengths so far this year.
A good speed out there with Shane in right and Jackie in center field. As Beltre lifts one down the right field line as Napoli will step into foul ground and reach over. Does Napoli have it? Does he come back with it? We'll see. He got it. Napoli is slow to come out, but he's got it in the glove. He got the knee right on the railing there as he went over, but he leans in to make the catch. Nice job by Mike Napoli to end the inning. Well, Mike Napoli's still walking it off there in the dugout as he went in hard to the wall as he made the catch. And appears to be okay here. The Red Sox have a 4-1 lead as we head to the 7th inning. And Jackie Bradley Jr. takes a pitch for strike one.
Another look at that great play by Napoli. First to catch, then he bangs into the wall and maybe even one of the seats as he makes that catch.
Gingerly came back to the dugout. The brick here in Arlington all the way around. As a swing and a miss for Jackie Bradley Jr. Robbie Ross has certainly settled into this outing. That's his 3rd strikeout, 1 down.
Yeah, very shaky start today in the first couple of innings, and you had to wonder whether he was going to make it out of the 3rd or 4th inning in this ball game. And here he is into the 7th. Fastball by Bradley Jr. inside for the strikeout.
1 down for Jonathan Herrera. The sacrifice bunt in the 2nd inning, grounded back to the mound in the 4th inning. Chop towards third base. Beltre bare hands and throws to first in time. Good stretch by fielder on the other side. 2 down to the inning. This Toyota Game Break is brought to you by buyatoyota.com, Toyota's official website for deals. Here's Tom Caron. All right, Tom, thanks very much. Back here in Arlington, it is 4-1. Red Sox on top with 2 outs in the 7th inning as Dustin Pedroia takes strike one from Robbie Ross. There's been questions about CC Sabathia all year and lack of velocity. We saw him, certainly a different guy.
Yeah, we've seen him a couple of times in '89. He was topping that out at times with his fastball.
By Pedroia, 1-2. Action in the bullpen for the first time in this game, and it's Jason Frazier. Seven in a row now retired by Robbie Ross with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Roya pops it up, foul ground, should reach the seats as fielder gives it a look, but it's back behind the Rangers dugout, misplayed. Now, for every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or the Sox get a save, CVS Pharmacy will make a donation to Boston Children's Hospital towards a $25,000 donation once again this season. CVS Pharmacy is the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox.
A lot of excuses going on there, wasn't there?
It seemed to be, yes. The sun in his eyes, all kinds of issues.
Come on.
Pitch number 110 there for Robbie Ross. It stays alive as he fouls it back to the screen. Pedroia hits it in the air to left field. Shin-Soo Choo going back towards the warning track at the wall. That ball is gone. Carrying very well to left center field today. That's where Choo's home run went, and Dustin Pedroia hits his second of the year, gives the Red Sox a 5-1 lead.
I was really surprised when Choo turned around and just stopped. I didn't realize it had that much on it, but it certainly did for Dustin Pedroia. Gets into left field. I saw Choo go back. I thought he was going to continue back, but he just stops, and that ball goes into the Red Sox bullpen.
On Washington out to make the change here as the Red Sox gather another run with a home run by Pedroia. Bobby Ross giving up his first run since the second, but that's the day for him. Red Sox lead at 5-1 from Arlington, Texas. Wide selection of Green Mountain Coffee K-Cup packs would keep you running and guaranteed to satisfy any fan base. Order by 11:30 and get free same-day delivery. Who but WB Mason? Robbie Ross done for the day after 6 2/3 innings as he ends up giving up 5 runs. His call to the bullpen is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers as Jason Frazier comes into the game for the Rangers. 15th appearance of the year, 1-0, 1.50 earned run average, 11 strikeouts to 6 walks, and opponents hitting at 171 against Frazier. Not allowed a home run in his last 37 appearances dating back to last year. Victorino skies one to center. Martin is there, and he makes the catch that ends the inning. So Frazier gets out of the inning with just 1 pitch. Red Sox had a run thanks to the home run by Pedroia. Following post-game coverage, go behind the scenes with the Fenway Grounds crew. Learn from Grady Sizemore how to block out the sun in the outfield, and the search is on for the next $1 million arm. Don't miss Nesson Clubhouse, where kids run the show. It's tonight at 7. Dustin Pedroia homers to put the Red Sox on top 5-1. Before we get this bottom of the 7th inning started, let's check back in with Adam Pellerin.
Well, Don, it's time now for our Tufts Health Plan Simple Tips. Xander Bogaerts talks about his most important meal of the day.
Breakfast is the biggest one for me. You know, once you get the breakfast in, that's definitely the energy for the day. You know, but I mean, after your lift, get your protein, your muscle milk, or whatever you're using, and make sure you feel good.
That's not good for me, Jerry, because I skip breakfast a lot.
Yeah, I don't eat breakfast.
Yeah, so that's not good. So that's part of our problem, I think.
I have coffee.
That's
I
not
have
really
breakfast and then very light lunch, and I have a good-sized dinner.
right. And I think we had breakfast. Maybe we would.
I think we'd probably eat the same thing for lunch and dinner.
Doesn't make any difference.
Well, I don't think so.
Just another meal. Xander Bogaerts likes breakfast, and a lot of guys like breakfast.
And you know what? Sometimes I like it when we get in late, and you get up late, and you call room service,
Yeah.
get it at the hotel. Sometimes I like it that time.
I like yogurt and berries if I can get them.
Yeah.
Something light. Now we covered that. There's John Lackey.
More about your driving. When you get in other states, red light still means red light.
You know, the second red light, I got to be quite honest with you, I never saw.
I know.
The first one was a poor decision. It was a poor decision on my part because it was, what would you call it, risky behavior, I guess, because we had sat at this light for 10 minutes.
Right.
And then we sat at the light again for another 10 minutes. And anytime it would turn green, it would only turn green for about 12 seconds.
Right.
So I was making that second one no matter what was going to happen.
Exactly.
And
I had no problem with you doing that. I was the one that bothered me was the one at the hotel.
Yes.
Where you had a gentleman yelling at you.
Yes.
And you were yelling back at the gentleman. And the gentleman happened to be right. You were going through a red light.
He's totally right. I never saw the light. I said, what do you want?
Yeah.
This one is.
You dropped the Boston thing on him. Down in Texas.
Yeah, it didn't really fly either. You know,
No.
He wasn't. He didn't like my act, I don't think.
No.
And then when I was aware of the fact that it was totally 100% my fault, and thanks to you for letting me know, because I still hadn't seen the red light at that point.
I just barely saw it. It was in a bad spot. It really was.
That's what I thought.
And then how about the line for valet cars when we got back to the hotel? It had to be an hour wait to get you back.
Yeah.
They had all kind of proms and graduations and everything going on.
Very busy hotel. 2-2 pitch to Prince Fielder. He's in the air to center field as Jackie Bradley Jr. moves over to left center and makes the catch for the first out. Alex Rios coming up. Struck out in the second, singled in the fourth inning. Going 6 innings last time out. That was against Oakland in the no decision. The back-to-back outings of 8-inning performances against the Yankees and Rays, both victories for John Lackey. There's one out here in the 7th inning. Check of the poll, brunch and dinner. This one fouled off to the right. It's not close, really.
No. How are we going to do that? We're in Texas.
That's the problem. You can't do that.
Brunch and dinner.
You could have done chocolates, flowers, or jewelry, but you did none of them.
No, because it was not the popular thing to do. Brunch and dinner was, so that's
You
why
just
I
passed
held
on
up.
everything altogether. On the ground up the middle, and it'll find its way into center field. Alex Rios, his second hit of the day off John Lackey.
Rios swinging a hot bat right now. 2 for 3 today. 4-game hitting streak. Always hitting well against Lackey. Basically using center field to right field for most of the base hits he's got in the series.
One out, one on. Mitch Moreland, the batter, 0 for 2. Taken off is Rios, and Brzezinski can't catch it. Ends up glancing off him behind him, and Rios takes second base on the stolen base.
Like a pretty good pitch from Lockheed. Down a little bit on the transfer right there, trying to make the quick transfer. Brzezinski never catches the baseball.
Rios in a scoring position with one down, his second stolen base of the day. With a swing and a miss. He struck out twice today against John Lackey. 2 of the 6 Ks in Lackey, actually 7 Ks John Lackey has today. Ahead of Moreland now, 1-2.
Breaking ball here from John Lackey to get the second strike on Moreland. Good curveball.
In the air to left field. Gomes on the move towards the line. He dives and can't get it. It's by him to the corner. Rios will come around from second and score the second Rangers run. It's an RBI double for Mitch Moreland.
Now that ball just kept slicing away and away and away from Gomes. He goes into the dive. He can't come up with it. Moreland, who has been a very hot hitter and struck out the first few times today against Lackey, but this time takes him to the opposite field. See Gomes out there scuffling with that slice on the baseball, trying to knock it down with his glove, but it gets by him.
One out double here for Mitch Moreland. Drives in the Rangers' second run. It's now 5-2 Boston. And here's JP Arancibia, who's 0 for 2. Arancibia striking out in the third, striking out in the fifth. Action in the Red Sox pen. Andrew Miller warming. Just action we've seen out there today. One hopper picked on the backhand by Bogaerts, but he drops it, spins and fires late, and reaching will be Arancibia.
Looks like Bogaerts had that under control going to his right, but just dropped right out of his glove. And then by the time he scrambles around to pick it up, he's got no chance really to get Arancibia at first base. Certainly a ball that could have been handled out there by Bogaerts. Lackey not happy with that.
You have his pitch coach out there to talk to Lackey with 2 on and 1 out. Tying run coming to the plate here again for the Rangers. Now vote for the Amica Pitcher of the Week at NESN.com/Amica and enter to win a $100 gift card from NESN to the Yawkey Way team store. Ooh, and a base hit for JP Arancibia. And it's first and second with 1 out. A run in for Texas here in the 7th inning. Jonas Martin 0 for 2. Slide out to center, lined out to right. And a call granted by the home plate umpire Vic Carapazza. Strike 1. Just 3 for his last 19 with runners in scoring position. Grounder foul. Has him down on the count. 0-2. Moreland at second base. Aaron Seavey at first with one out in the Texas seventh inning. Lackey's 100th pitch of his outing. And it's low and away for ball one. Season high 112. About to hit his average with this next pitch. Martin with a swing and a miss as he strikes out for the second out of the inning. 8th strikeout for John Lackey. 2 down here in the 7th.
And again on a curveball. Very good curveball here from Lackey. Starts out as a strike, ends up out of the strike zone, and Martin chases it. That's interesting, Don. You know, we see Lackey do that a lot when his fielders don't make plays behind him. He gets really upset. And a lot of times that bothers players, and it should. But it doesn't bother Red Sox players because Lackey is such a good teammate. It's very strange. You know, I mean, he's the kind of guy that goes around the dugout when he's not pitching, and he's always, you know, picking guys up and congratulating them. And for some reason, when he does that stuff, he gets away with it.
Kind of like they respect his competitive fire.
Yeah, it's very weird because I've had that happen to me a few times by different pitches, and it didn't play well. No, it didn't play well at all.
Ugna to Odor, the batter, with 2 outs and runners at first and second.
Gaylord Perry was terrible about that. Oh my goodness, he would be awful with his infielders and outfielders if he thought the play should have been made.
He backs off. He and AJ going back and forth, and Kaczynski will now go to the mound. Clear this up.
By the way, I got a text from my wife that says, if you are criticizing Don's driving, he must really be pathetic.
Well, yes. Last night was not a good showing. I have to say that it was not a very good, very erratic driving, I thought, last night on my part. But after driving with you over the last 14 spring trainings, this is popped up. Back goes Napoli. It's going to fall foul. Fortunately for the Red Sox, right down the line.
A big break for the Red Sox here. That curveball inside and hooking foul down that right field line. That ball stays fair. It's another run for the Rangers, and it's a very close ball game. A 3-run game right now.
Odor, the number 9 batter, 0 for 2 in this game. He's 2 for 11 in the majors. Odor fouls it off to the left out of play. 1-2. Top of the order, Shin Soo Choo waiting on deck. Look at the last batter here for John Lackey. The Sox have had Andrew Miller warming in the pen. And a swing and a miss. Lackey is able to strike out Odor. 9th strikeout for Lackey. Ends the 7th. 5-2 Sox. Rangers, we head to the 8th. John Lackey's day is over, it appears, and in between innings, kind of tapped the shoulder of Xander Bogaerts as Bogaerts saying it was his fault, but Lackey all right with it. Everything's okay as the Red Sox end up getting out of that inning, giving up the 1 run. Lackey with 2 big strikeouts, getting Martin and Odor, the 8-9 men, to end the 7th inning. David Ortiz leads it off here in the 8th. Jason Frazier back on the mound here for Texas. And the shift on Ortiz takes strike 1. Odor in short right field, the second baseman. Elvis Andrus on the right side of the infield. It takes the 1-1 for strike 2. Same general area that was called a ball a moment ago. A little closer. More action for Texas in their pen. Neil Kotz, left-hander, is up. Jason Frazier came in to get the final out of the 7th inning. He starts this 8th inning. Frazier staying away from Big Papi. Napoli, then Gomes, anticipated here in the 8th. Ortiz through the shift into right center field for a base hit. Rio Silva quickly to play it, but Big Papi's got a leadoff single to begin the 8th inning.
First baseman Mike Napoli.
Right now, Ace Ticket has your Boston Bruins playoff tickets. All home games against the Canadiens this series. Visit aceticket.com or call 1-800-MY-SEATS right now to get your tickets to watch the Bruins take on the Canadiens. David Ortiz with his first hit of the day stands at first base here in the 8th. And it brings up Mike Napoli with an RBI double back in the 1st inning. Since then, he has grounded out and struck out. Takes strike 1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. So Mike Napoli, longest running active streak right now with reaching base. It's now up to 31 games. Napoli's doubled back in the 1st inning. Started the streak back on April the 4th. Swing and a miss. Napoli kind of baffled at that. And it's held on to by the catcher Arancibia. First out. And there's the first strikeout for Jason Frazier.
And that's hard to tell what kind of pitch that was. It was something off speed, maybe a split-fingered fastball, but was about neck high to Napoli. I don't expect off-speed pitches, change-ups or splitters to be up around that area.
One down in the 8th, and it brings up Johnny Gomes. He has popped out his second, singled to center, and grounded out to shortstop. A 1-for-3 day. Foul down the left field line, out of play. Up high, 1-1. Johnny Gomes' favorite movie is Lone Survivor. Food burrito. Dropkick Murphy's his favorite artist. He likes to visit Napa Valley.
What do we do? 3 guys?
And they just do them over and over again. Pitch is inside, and the count is 2-1.
I mean, I can memorize the guys we have.
Well, it's not new to you, but it might be new to somebody who's tuning in today.
For the first time?
Been a while, maybe. Day game on the weekend.
I swear we did Johnny Gomes in this series.
We might have done him yesterday. The 2-1 pitch. As that'll miss inside to Gomes.
Middlebrooks likes Italian food.
Yes, he does. For Love of the Game is his favorite movie.
Yeah, exactly. Victorino likes Maui.
It's fouled off to the right, out of play. Full count.
And anything Mom makes, or his wife.
Yes, that's the other one.
Food. Yes, loves it. Pedroia's favorite place to go is home.
And if he was not a Major League Baseball player, he'd either be president or an NBA player. Yeah.
An NBA player.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
The 2 pitch coming to Johnny Gomes. And a swing and a miss. Gomes striking out. And that's back-to-back Ks now for Frazier. As he gets Napoli and Gomes 2 down.
Challenging Gomes with the fastball that time to pick up the strikeout. Ron Washington making his way out to the mound and go get the lefty.
So the pitching change here from Arlington as Jason Frazier departs. 5-2, Red Sox have the lead. Cartridges when it matters. Order the real thing. Original HP cartridges that deliver unmatched quality from WB Mason, an HP preferred partner. Nobody beats WB on HP. Who but WB Mason? 2 outs here in the top half of the 8th inning. David Ortiz at first base and AJ Pierzynski. The swing and a miss for strike 1 against the new pitcher Neil Kotz. Left-hander into his 17th game of the year. 1-2. The 5.68 earned run average. 12 strikeouts to 6 walks, and opponents hitting at .280 against him. Scoreless in 5 straight appearances. As that one right up and into Pierzynski.
Now, Pierzynski, a very big hit in this ball game, going way back to the first inning. Base it off a left-hander to drive in 2 runs. Give the Red Sox a 3-run first inning lead.
Cots last year was outstanding against lefties, held him to a .204 mark last year. This year they're hitting at .364 against him. And this lefty lifts it to right field, playable for Rios, who makes the catch that ends the inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th, 5-2 Sox. Brought to you by Xfinity. John Lackey done after 7 innings, giving him 2 runs, 7 hits, didn't walk anybody, and struck out 9. Beside Robbie Ross got roughed up early, 3 in the first, 1 in the second for the Red Sox. And Boston able to get good outings today from Dustin Pedroia, 2 for 3 with a home run. And A.J. Pierzynski 1 for 4, a couple of RBIs, all part of a Red Sox 5-2 lead. As we head to the bottom of inning number 8. Drew Miller, first out of the pen for Boston. His 18th appearance, 1-0 with a 1.80 earned run average. 15 innings. He has 21 strikeouts to only 4 walks. And opponents hitting at 167 against Miller. Shin-Soo Choo leading it off here in the 8th and twists out of the way. Pitch inside for ball 1. Homered off John Lackey back in the 4th inning, his 4th home run of the year. Carrying very well out there to left center field today. As Choo takes the strike, and it evens at 1-1. Looking in last night's game, struck out the only batter that he faced as he got Sardinas secure the win, strand 2 runners, and 15 of his 17 appearances on the season have been scoreless. Double-barreled action in the Red Sox pen as Shinichi Tozawa and Craig Breslow both warm. Swing and a miss, and Choo strikes out. 10th strikeout for Red Sox pitching today.
Yeah, 3rd time Choo has struck out along with that home run. Just buzzing the fastball right by him that time is Andrew Miller at about 96 miles an hour.
Down here in the 8th for Elvis Andrus. 1-for-3. Single back in the first inning to center field. Andrus gets the arms out of the way as the pitch misses inside. Now 18 strikeouts over his last 11 innings pitched. Not walking anybody during that time. He's been throwing strikes.
Yeah, that's because he's doing stuff like that, throwing those breaking balls down and into right-handed hitters, fastballs by people. Basically a two-pitch pitcher, but it's been very effective for him.
Hits Andrus. Andrus ducks back out of the way after he gets struck with that.
Well, the last thing Miller wanted to do right there, put on a base runner late in the game, 3-run ball game. Was well in command of this at bat to Andrus and just fires a fastball in and gets him. Hard to tell if it was on the arm or under the arm. Maybe right in the rib area.
At first with one down, Adrian Beltre the batter. Beltre 0-for-3. Grounded into a 6-4-3 double play, grounded out to short and fouled out to first. Foul tipped and it's 1-1. For 6 against Andrew Miller. A couple of strikeouts along the way. Well, stay tuned tonight following WB Mason's Extra Innings Live, a Red Sox final presented by Insurance. Send your questions to TC at #SoxFinal. Maybe yours will be answered on Red Sox Final presented by Insurance. Andrus, who had been hit by a pitch, gains a good sized lead at first as Beltre jumps back out of the way. Late defensive swing there by Beltre. He strikes out. Second K for Miller. 2 down.
Something you don't see very often. Miller going away outside with the breaking ball to pick up the strikeout against the right-hander. Completely fooling Beltre with that pitch.
Two down here in the 8th, and it brings up Prince Fielder. He's grounded out, singled, and flied out to center. It's a fly ball to center field, sending Jackie Bradley Jr. back, but he'll get there right in front of the warning track to make the catch. It ends the 8th inning. We head for the 9th, 5-2 Boston. 5-2. Red Sox have the lead over the Texas Rangers as Boston comes to bat here in the top of the 9th inning. Xander Bogaerts to lead it off here for the Red Sox in search of his first hit of the day. Katsu got the final out of the 8th, back out there to start the 9th inning. Xander has struck out, flied out, and grounded out today. These crowds have all been 40 plus here in this 3-game series against the Texas Rangers, who had 44 the first night, 49 last night, and then here today 41, 407, 41, 407. Red Sox closer warming up in the pen. In the bottom of the 9th inning, it'll be Rios, Moreland, and Aaron Sebia anticipated. And there for strike 2, full count. Jackie Bradley Jr. waiting on deck as this is up the middle. Andrus from one knee fires very high and off the front of the dugout as Bogaerts will reach. That's a base hit for Xander Bogaerts to begin the inning. Boston Red Sox baseball in NESN is brought to you by your Subaru dealers of New England, Sullivan Tire and Auto Services, the new Scion TC, your New England Ford dealers, and by Southwest Airlines. Xander Bogaerts getting a hit, his first of the day. They're going to run for Boston here in the 9th inning as Jackie Bradley Jr. bats. And swings away and fouls it back out of play.
Andrus made a heck of a play on that hard hit ball by Bogaerts, but he might have had time to get up and throw him out at first base. It was hit so hard. Instead, he threw from his backside and threw it away. No bunt that time by Jackie Bradley Jr. Swinging away on the first pitch.
Swearing again as he takes a pitch down low. Two balls and a strike to Bradley Jr. Jonathan Herrera on deck as the number 9 man waits on deck. Tap foul at the plate, and it's 2-2. Check by Kotz, but Bogaerts back to the bag. It was off the mark, but Prince Fielder coming off the bag to retrieve it. Ground ball softly hit towards first. Fielder will take it himself and tag the runner. So no sacrifice there, but it kind of works the same way as getting to second base is Bogaerts with now 1 out in the inning. I want to remind you to tune in to tonight's 10 p.m. NESN Sports Today, presented by People's United Bank. Elle and Sarah We'll get a Bruins practice report. Also check in on the Patriots draft grades. See what know-how can do. 1 on 1 out here in the 9th inning, and it brings up Jonathan Herrera. Maddox, the pitching coach, out there to talk to Kotz. Fouls it off Carapazza, the home plate umpire. He's had a tough inning.
Yeah, sure has. Taking a beating behind home plate here in the top of the 9th.
Ground foul. Well, don't miss Red Sox first pitch, presented by Men's Warehouse. Adam with Framingham's Chris Colabello. Xander Bogaerts' Small Talk. It's Tuesday at 7 p.m. and it's only on NESN. The Red Sox coming into this game at 18-18 have a chance to have a winning record for the first time since April 3rd, when they were 2-1. Swing and a miss, and Herrera strikes out for the second out of the 9th.
Breaking ball, hot breaking ball that time from Kotz to get the strikeout against Herrera. Looks like a cut fastball that went down and in on the Red Sox third baseman. Ron Washington back out.
Kotz was able to get both Bradley Jr. and Herrera, as Alexi Agondo will be coming in here for Texas with 2 down in the 9th inning. Saw Alexi work in the first game of the series. Check out the upcoming schedule for the Red Sox. They'll have tomorrow off, where the Red Sox head home again to take on the Tigers and the Blue Jays next week. And it is to Tampa Bay briefly and Atlanta. And back home again to take on the same 2 teams, the Braves and the Rays. Day today for John Lackey.
Yeah, very good day for John Lackey. Went 9 strikeouts on the day, didn't walk anybody. We'll take a look at 3 of them right here, but had very good control with his fastball, had a very good curveball in this game today, and very well pitched game again by John Lackey in a place where he hasn't had a lot of success.
Kotz comes out of the game after going an inning, giving up a hit, no runs. He didn't walk anybody and struck out a batter. He is responsible at the moment for the runner at second base, and Xander Bogaerts. Alexi Agondo into the game here, his 20th appearance of the year, 1-2, an 8.27 earned run average, 15 strikeouts to 9 walks, and opponents hitting at .342 against Agondo. And he finished off the game on Friday night after Yu Darvish gave up his first hit. Don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by DCU Digital Federal Credit Union. Tuesday at 7:30, TC and Wake will have a preview of Felix Dubron's start and the latest from the Sox clubhouse. DCU Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? Two down here in the top half of the 9th inning, with Xander Bogaerts at second base and Dustin Pedroia the batter. He's doubled, walked, fly to right, and homered in this game. Second home run of the year, as he takes a pitch low and away. Agondo has given up 9 runs, all earned in his last 3 2/3 innings pitched. That ERA has jumped to 8.27 as a result. There's a strike, 1-1. runs in 7 of 19 outings so far. And runs in 4 of the last 6 outings. Inherits a runner here in the 9th inning. Pedroia grounds it back to him. Nice pick there by Agondo. Throws to first base for the out. That ends the top of the 9th inning. It's on to the bottom of the 9th. 5-2 Red Sox. Koji time. After the game, we'll give you a breakdown of John Lackey. Sox Mother's Day's wishes. Can't go wrong when you buy right at W.B. Mason. Now it's on to the last half of the 9th inning. 5-2. Red Sox have the lead. They go to the closer, Koji Uehara, into the game. His 16th appearance, 0-1 with a 1.23 earned run average. He is 8 out of 8 and save opportunities. Logged 14 2/3 innings so far, 22 strikeouts. Only 3 walks, and opponents hitting at .236 against Uehara. Alex Rios, Mitch Moreland, J.P. Arencibia to bat here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Uehara struck out all 3 batters that he faced to record his 8th save on Wednesday night. That was against Cincinnati, and he struck out the 3 batters on 13 pitches. It was 2 for 5, and includes a home run against Uehara. Lackey today going 7 innings, giving up 7 hits, 2 runs, didn't walk anybody, and struck out 9. He also fouled off, and it's 2-1. For ball 3. Uehara, dating back to last year, has converted 30 consecutive save opportunities between the regular season and the postseason. Ground ball foul outside of third.
And the first 5 pitches today, all fastballs from Uehara.
Mitch Moreland waiting on deck. Rangers batting here in the bottom of the 9th. Last blown save for Koji Uehara. Got to go back to July 6th of last year. Ground ball to third base. Nicely picked by Herrera. Gets up and fires to first for the out. Nicely done. Jonathan Herrera at third.
Well, that ball just exploded on Herrera. It was down near the ground. It came bouncing back up, and with the quick hands, he's able to get up there and pick it. What a very nice play by Herrera. The over-the-top throw to first base to get the out. Wow. Uehara likes that play by his third baseman, and he should.
One down in the ninth, and it brings up Mitch Moreland. Moreland has struck out twice and doubled to drive in a run. Fouls it at the plate, and it's a ball and a strike now to Mitch Moreland. The hitters come out on deck. Michael Choice would bat for JP Arancibia. Arancibia had been 1 for 3 today with an infield hit. Swing and a miss, and Moreland's down 1-2.
There's a split-fingered fastball there. First one Uehara's thrown today. And a very good one, the bottom falling out of it.
Strike 3 call. Uehara strikes out Moreland, 2 down in the ninth.
Uehara fouls the splitter with a fastball to the outside corner for the strikeout. Pinpoint control by Uehara with a little help from the home plate umpire.
So 2 down. Michael Choice, the batter. Some pinch hits here for JP Arancibia. Inside for ball 1. Choice had 236, 2 homers, and 13 runs batted in. 0 for 2 in last night's game with a walk and a strikeout. Got the start last night in right field. There's a strike, and it's 1-1. Popped up, foul ground as Herrera heads over towards the seats, and he will not have a play. Back into the seats. Gave it a push from right field as it is coming in hard again from right. Happy Red Sox fan here in Texas. Ball, 2 strikes, 2 down in the ninth inning. He struck him out and the Red Sox win. Koji Uehara has a 1-2-3 ninth inning. Strikes out back-to-back hitters, and the Red Sox take the series from the Texas Rangers. They win today 5-2 behind some very strong pitching today from John Lackey, who is going to pick up his 5th win of the year and betters his record to now 5-2. And the Red Sox, for the first time since April 3rd, have a winning record as they are now 19-18. And Tom Caron, certainly this road trip for the Red Sox starting off well.